Okay, so this is our MIDI screen E312C, very similar to our mini screen E21C. Same layout, box screen, it's a vibrating deck screen is what it is, get me words out, with a conveyor underneath. But this is bigger than our mini screens. The 312E is electric, 3 metre long deck, 1.2 metres wide on the actual deck itself, and the C indicates conveyor. So where our mini screens, if anybody's ever looking at this, comparing this against our mini screens are 2 metres long by 1 metre wide. This is actually 1.2 metres wide and 3 metres long. So that's how much bigger this deck is. Exactly the same layout as our mini screens. Mesh tension is done through these bolts here, identical to the mini screens. The screens hook over a bar at the top, lay on in the screen box itself. You slide this bar through and then tension it on here, mounted on the roster style mounts, the same as we always do on our deck screens. But because of the physical size of the motor on this, the motor is on top on this. On the mini screens it is underneath, but because it's a much bigger motor, we've not got the space between the conveyor belt and the screen box on this, so that's why it sits on the top. We've got the standard 3-way split on this, so we've got 2 chutes at the bottom that separate the oversized from the 2 decks. It's a double deck screen. You can run this as a single deck with a straight chute. We can do a straight chute, or you could even have it as a double deck also with a straight chute coming off the bottom deck. So you can either screen this into 3 different products as a 3-way split, or as a 2-way split, either single or double deck screen. 3-phase power, nice big motor on the top. Coming round to the control panel here, dead simple controls. We've got the fines conveyor on and off. We've got the screen deck on and off on here. We've got an indicator light in case there is ever a fault in there. The light comes on. Sometimes if the conveyor belt gets bunged up and it might trip out, indicates the fault on there, but that's never happened in the past, but it's there just in case. Emergency stop in case of an emergency, and an isolator. Loading height on this is 2.7 metres from the ground, so you can either load it with a machine or with another conveyor. If we needed to, we could mount a hopper off of the frame so that you could load into the hopper and it would feed it all down onto the screen deck. The discharge height on the conveyor is 2.2 metres, so that's high enough to either go into another machine or to stockpile it onto the floor. Some people put these machines up on concrete blocks to get a bit more height if they need to, and you can get a bigger stockpile underneath. We've got forklift pockets for moving around the yard. We've got lifting points that double up as tie down points if you ever need to move it. And there's only 4 grease nipples on this machine. You've got 2 on the bottom of the conveyor, 1 each side, and 2 on the top of the conveyor, both sides. Vibrating motor is sealed for life. No maintenance on these because they are just a simple unit. We've never replaced these. These have been very good for us ever since we started using these a few years ago now. Never had any problems with these. Electric motor and gearbox. Oil does need changing in that periodically. I think it's every few thousand hours, can't remember. But apart from that, it is identical to the mini screen. Does exactly what the mini screen does, but it's just bigger. So if you're looking for a bigger capacity machine, the MIDI screen is what you need.